So in our last lesson, we went through the area calculation. I would like us to draw V1, V2, V3, and V4 manually before we learn how to do it automatically. And this is how we do it. Let us minimize our Civil 3D window so that we can see the coordinates clearly from the other side. So let's go to our home button, click draw, or from your keyboard you can just type line, then line. So specify the first line. So you have to note that in Civil 3D or AutoCAD you start from the easting, you don't start from the north. So we start from the easting. So our easting is 63,900. So type it 63,900. So from your keyboard 900 points 85, then comma, then 39, 36, 36, just type it 36 916.15, then hit enter to see the location of that point. So it now tells you to specify the next point. So we are done with the first point. Now you can just click anywhere on the screen to place your line, then escape. Then the origin of your line is where your coordinates, the coordinates 63,900 and 36,916 are located. So zoom to see that area. You can see that's where the coordinates are. So first of all, let us delete. I had done something earlier. So this is where your V1 is. So go to annotate, create some multi-line text, and name this point V1. Let us do, let us type V2. So click again line, or you can just type line on your keyboard. Again, go to the first, to the easting, 63,909, 63,909.19, comma, then 36,930.73, then hit enter. We have an issue, so let us start again. Draw or use the line tool, then specify the first point should be 63,909.19, then comma, then we have 36,930.73, then hit enter. So that's our second point. So the moment the line appears, just place it. So, and the origin is where your coordinates should be. So multi-line text again, this will be our V2. So V3, let us do V3 line again. V3 is 889.64, comma, then we have 36,945.02, then hit enter. That's where our V3 is. So multi-line text again, highlight anywhere near that point and name it V3. Then we have our line again. So this is the manual method. Go to V4. So 63,863, 63,863.38, comma, then 36,930.98, then hit enter. That's where your V4 is multi-line text again. This your V4. So now you can just draw a line or a polyline joining the 4 points. And you should make sure that your other, not the other mode, the snapping mode should be on so that it snaps at the end. So you are done with. So delete the other guiding lines. Delete them. Sorry. Delete all the other lines. You don't need them again. So let's check whether we did have, it looks funny. it doesn't look okay. So let's check v3. The coordinates for v3, let us check whether we made a mistake. v3 945 63 868 860 v3 63 868 63 868.64. So we have an issue here. 868.64. So that's why our area was wrong. You can see now it's correct. 657. So we were wrong. So you can see that our area is correct. It changes automatically. So the surveyor was correct all the way. Long live the surveyor. So now let's go to, that's a joke. Let's go to v3 and delete the v3. Let us do another line for the v3. Let's make sure so manual method, we always create some, or so 63 868.64 comma 36 945.02. Let's see whether, so the moment this is a polyline, the polygon we drew using the polyline tool, so you can change its shape. So you can click that and reshape it. Do away with this line, then move this one. So you can check the area by going to the property. 657 is okay. So we are good to go. That's how you do the manual plotting using the coordinates. So now you can save that. I would like us to go through the automatic method. So the automatic method, so you need to know something that during our last lessons, when we were we are drawing lines and polygons and whatever, we are drawing those lines without having the settings for the geographical location for our map. So you can see that this map, this survey plan, the geographical location for these coordinates are situated north of the equator. The equator, that is 7 degrees east and north of the equator. The units are in meters. So these coordinates are supposed to be somewhere in Kenya. So, but the moment we opened a new window, this tutorial window, we didn't set our window to recognize the geographical location of our ships. So that's why you see that you will see that when we shall be importing the points automatically, they might go very far away from this point, or they can go near or anywhere on the window, because this window is very vast. So this window is infinite. So sometimes you can there is always a good practice by, whenever you are setting, you make sure that whenever you are doing your settings, make sure you deal with the style. You set the style properly, then you do the dimension style properly, then you do your units properly, and finally, now that we are advancing, there is it's always a good practice to set the geographical location, the coordinate system, whatever. So let me show you how to do that. Click the plus sign and open a new window. click the tool space, this bar or this button, and you will find this. If you don't click the settings button, make sure the settings is activated, then right click and right click and go to edit drawing settings. So you will find this dialog popping up. So you will find that the units and zone, this is where you can set the units and zone. So you can see the units we need to have meters and equator etc. So the drawing units are in meters, the angular units are done. So you can set this one in the dimension style. You don't have a problem with that. You can set them in the unit settings. But this is where you find something interesting called zone. This is where you set, for the surveyors, most of the surveyors know this issue of what you call, so we are in Kenya, type K for Kenya and search for Kenya. Kenya, we usually, mostly we deal with ARC 1960 UTM zone 37. So I am in 37 degrees north of the equator. Then the other settings will come up automatically. Then click OK. So you need to know, whenever you are drawing, you are making your drawings, you need to know the coordinate system you are using. Yeah, you can see this coordinate system. You have the available coordinate system. You have UTM zone, ARC 1960. That is the description. The ARC 1960. That's the datum. Then you have the coordinate system. That's the UTM. Then you have that zone 37, which is zone UTM zone 37 north. So sometimes you can find that you have different coordinate systems. Like you can have Cassini. I don't know whether you have it here. Like for our example, so you click OK and apply. That's you do the set. You select UTM ARC and ARC 1960 when your coordinates are in UTM, but these coordinates are not in UTM. So you need to always consult a surveyor and ask him, are these units in UTM or Cassini Kenya or whatever, or are they in a local coordinate system or local origin, whatever. So for our lesson, we don't need to do that. So let us go to the tutorial. So let us try to import our CSV file. Yeah, this one, tutorial CSV, and see whether it will, we shall be successful. So go to tutorial, click the modify tool, click modify points, then click import points. So this is very important to note. You go to modify tools, points, then import points. You double click, just double click to initialize the import tool. Escape, then double click. So there we have it. So now this is the tool, the import tool. So click the plus sign. And remember our units are in point, northing, easting. I told you to note the following: point, northing, easting, elevation, and description. But you are not supposed to write these descriptions on the Excel sheet. You don't, because that one will will confuse the AutoCAD. So tutorial CSV, open. The moment you hit open, you see this sign, the green sign, telling you that the coordinates are whatever you have in your file looks okay. Point, nothing, instinct, elevation, and description. So you are supposed to select point northern easting. Z is for elevation and D is for description. So select that one. I don't know where we, let's cancel. Let's do it again. Tutorial CSV, click OK. You have an issue, no point file format found. I don't know why. Sometimes that's always comes up, but you do not worry. I'm here to help you. So let's go again to the tutorial CSV. So now right click it, then go to open with. You have open with, show more, open with, what do we call it? Edit in Notepad. Let's make sure whenever you are creating your CSV file, make sure you don't put two comma signs, or don't make any mistake. You can see that my file looks okay. So let us make sure we save it in the following method. So file, save as, save the encoding method. That's where we have a problem, because it's saved in UTF-8. We need to change it to ANSI. I don't know the meaning of that. Let us save it as ANSI, then save it as, make sure it's tutorial CSV file, the same file, but change the encoding, then save. Do you want to replace it? Yes. Then say the file it's being used by another process. I don't know what we have here. Let us, oh, first of all, you can close it, then try again, save as, change the encoding, then make sure you all files, then select the tutorial CSV so that we can replace it. Yes, click OK, then click close. And so let's try again, tutorial again. Let's go to import points, click again to import, double click, double click. So there we have it. So click the plus sign, then go to tutorial CSV, then click OK. I hope this time it will work. So it's okay. So select the point northern easting elevation and description. So there we have it. So point northern easting elevation and description. Let's create a point group named trial. Then click OK. So we will have a group. You can see you can group the points into a group called tutorial. Then click OK. The moment you click OK, nothing happens. Something happens, but you don't see it. So you need to zoom so that you can see whatever is happening, so that we can find it. You can zoom in and or out. You can. So let us right click on the window, zoom, then zoom to extent. So now that you have many objects on the window, you will have to find your coordinates manually. Or what you can do, in order to find the coordinates, you can just plot one of the coordinates manually. Sometimes maybe you had 1,000 points. You have imported them. In a congested window, but you don't know where they are. So you just need to plot one of the coordinates manually. Go to home, click draw, then click create line using the coordinates. Let us plot v1. Specify the first coordinate. So let us do it again. Click line. Make sure you can see it clearly. Again, So there we have it. So let us do it again. Click create the line using the, so we have 63,900 .83 point or comma, yeah, comma 369 16. So let us do away with the decimal places. Let's hit enter, then place the line somewhere there, then enter, then just zoom to the origin of that line. That's where your coordinates are supposed to be located. Now that's where your coordinates, so these are the coordinates you imported, these with the plus signs, the cross signs. You can see that the v3 had an error because we plotted v4, v1, v2 and v3 manually, and we found out that the v3 had an error. So you need to make sure whenever you are typing on your Excel sheet, you make sure that you are doing the correct way, doing it in the correct way.